Hi, everyone, and welcome to Nourishing Your Multidimensional Body. This is Kathy Homeyer, and today I am going to do kind of a two-part informational and alignment. So we are going to do an alignment of your three-body axis. Christy and I did an alignment and balancing on the 888. Christy here, you know her of Akashic Academy. And I kind of for big three field alignments. And these are huge. So I wanted to include these here because I just came across some information and I didn't research it, but it looks like it says, you know, we're getting polar shifts again, or our magnetic shift, Earth is always shifting. And through all the changes, the Earth has really been shifting itself as well. So I wanted to share an alignment with you. Hello, Catherine. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Kimmy. Nice to see you here. Thanks for chiming on. So we're going to do an alignment of your three-body axis that I left out of the alignment when Christy and I did that on the 888. So I would suggest you go back to our show, and that was a pretty full alignment as it was. We went a full 30 minutes of alignment, but you should also add the alignment of your three-body axis. This is really important to basically any session that you do because your electrons are, I'm not going to go too much into the science here, but you actually need to be aligned in order to to be aligned in order for all this wonderful work that we do to put yourself together, right? So in a little bit about the three-body axis, which is your vertical, your magnetic, and your equatorial axis of your body. So I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute as people come on, so we can get everybody on the alignment. I'm also going to tell you about our Convergence of Wellness programs. And while I fool with the controls here, I've got a lot of pictures to show you. For a few folks from the Akashic Academy have contacted me about retreats. For those of you who know me a little bit, you know that I own the Lake Clear Lodge and Retreat. And this is the Adirondacks are called the Healing Woods, and this is from our beach. This is St. Regis Mountain, and Peter Shankham and others and Dr. Karen Kan have all relayed the fact that there is a beautiful healing vortex on the lake, and it's awesome. So I wanted to share about a Convergence of Wellness, both for you folks who may be interested in coming, but also from you folks who may be interested in having your first wellness retreat. I'm creating some retreats so that we can combine our resources together. So quarterly, at least 4 times a year, if not more, we'll have what we call the Convergence of Wellness retreats. And any of you who are interested in giving your own retreat, this could be a good starter, because if 3 or 4 of us kind of share the advertising, share the space, it would be a really cool retreat to have all together. So we're doing the Convergence of Wellness retreats. And let me show you some more pictures of the lodge itself. Actually, one upcoming, which some of you can still get in on, is the Supercharge Your Healing Powers with Dr. Karen Kan. That's coming up just in a couple of weeks in September, the weekend after Labor Day 2018. Christy Warnick will be presenting. I will be presenting. And we will be doing this with Dr. Karen Kan, who is a medical MD, but does pretty much energetic medicine full time. And she is putting on a wonderful retreat. We're going to have people from all over the world come in, and this is going to be awesome. So that's the Convergence of Wellness retreat coming up. Within our retreat, we also have infused foods, energized foods, and I do that through my nutritional energetics program and cooking. Let me get this one down here. And in September, I'll be launching my Colors of Food and Chakras program for Karen's retreat. So this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. This book here, I did in the comments, I will put the link to my Blog Talk Radio with Debbie. If I could have asked anyone to write a book to say why they need to come to the Adirondacks and the Healing Woods to be healed, it would have been this book. And she actually has 2 of them. I have 2 Blog Talk Radios to listen to. If you care to, I'll try and put that in the links for you. Really awesome stuff. I couldn't believe how well it just kind of gelled with the whole thing that we're doing here as well. That's me doing some cooking classes. So we do cooking classes at the retreat. We also do, I had also interviewed, I think on the Akashic Academy show, Helen, who does mindful walking. And this is in one of the lakes that she does a mindful walking, not only in the woods, but in the lake. So that's really cool in nature, to get out in nature. And this is the beautiful sunsets that we have on the lake. They come out with these awesome, I don't even know what you call them. They're not really sundogs. I watched one of these for an hour one time. It was totally amazing. And I do really think that our lake is special. Of course, a lot of places in nature are special, of course. We do mindful walking in the woods and mindful, we have 25 acres and different retreats. This is the expanse of our lawn in front of our lake for, I'll be on Karen's retreat and others that we have in September. We actually even have a heart retreat coming up. These are huge lawns, and I actually have a beautiful labyrinth that someone built out of canvas that I can put on these lawns. And hopefully I'll be showing a picture of that, because I will be coming to you on the Sunday where Karen's retreat. Oops, I kind of disconnected myself there. And I'll be hopefully showing you the labyrinth and what we're doing at the retreat then. So as people come on, like I said, we will be doing alignment today. So today's alignment will be of your 3 body axis. Super, super important. And I don't want to not tell you about these. Like I said before, if folks were in, Christy and I did a show. This is Lake Clear Lodge and Retreat. Thank you for asking. It's in the Adirondack Mountains. So it's, I happen to have, I was an occupational therapist. I thought people were really going to need to escape and have a place to be. So 30 years ago, I came back here to basically have a wellness resort. At the time, I had no idea what I was talking about, and I didn't want it to be the typical spa. So I'm giving you the website here. It's lodgeonlakeclear.com. Not the easiest place to get to, but one of the most awesome places once you do. And actually, if you go to that website and scroll down, there's a video on the top that shows you about the place. And then if you scroll down, we have a awesome live webcam. So you can watch a sunset anytime you want over our portal and St. Regis by logging on at sunset time. And I've got some sunset pictures here. That might be what you might see on our webcam. So log on to our webcam anytime, aside from weather and everything where the webcam might be down. Log on and take a look at our lake. You can probably do that right now. It's a beautiful day outside, so go see what our lake looks like. It's really awesome. I love my beach down there. And every once in a while, I'll log on and jump and say hi in front of the webcam. This is another picture of we were doing Knife therapy, which is hot and cold water therapy. So that's me with a glass of wine in front of the. We can have fun too. In front of down at the lakefront, in front of the mountain. We do cooking classes also in the wintertime. Wintertime, we're still here. We do sleigh rides in the wintertime. We light about 25 lanterns in the woods and have these awesome lantern-lit horse-drawn sleigh rides. So it's a really, really beautiful. I can't believe it's my property when I go out there. It's just awesome. And we have some great drivers that bring the horses. I don't have horses, but it's really awesome. We do retreats here. Here's one where we set up for a retreat. I think this, I don't remember what this was a while ago, but we set up retreats in our beautiful lakeside Lakeview Retreat Center, which it's in the back of this picture here. That one is our expansive lawn. That big building in the back is our retreat center, and it overlooks the lake, so that's really awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an alignment of our, I'll tell you about the vertical axis and do an alignment of the 12 body, or the 3 vertical axis. And just so you know, folks who've contacted me about retreats and having retreats, like I said, we've come up with a program called Convergence of Wellness. so that we can give a lot of people starter retreats time, because I can assist with that. I can be a presenter, or I can just be the hostess and offer some good foods and an awesome place to stay. I work with the lodgings energetically. I work with my food energetically, and we think it's a pretty special place that isn't like another. Okay, so alignment of your body systems. And then also hopefully we'll do a chakra alignment after this as well, because I thought it would be a really good piece to go with that. Hi, Christy. Hey, Kimmy, thanks. Let me show some hellos here. Just to say hello to everyone. I get kind of playing with controls here and pictures, because I'm always so excited to show you lots of stuff. Okay, so we're going to do alignment of the multidimensional body, three-body axis. And I was saying that Christy and I did an alignment on the 888. Couple this, the three-body axis, which Christy kept saying, what else do you want to add? And I kept saying, oh, nothing, I'm good. And I knew I was forgetting something. And this was what I was forgetting, was the three-body axis alignment. Very important, especially because during the Earth changes, the Earth is changing her alignment by a little bit all the time, and we need to stay aligned. If you're feeling a little off, then it might be your three-body axis that are out of alignment. So I'm going to tell you about those. Okay. Okay, first of all is let me put it up here on the screen, the vertical axis. Now that's your gravity field. I'm not going to get, again, too much into the science of this. You can find it, and I can actually give you some pages to find more info. Just know that you should stay aligned to all these three big fields. They're called the big fields, your body's big fields, and you can stay aligned to these, and all of your energetic processes can be much more effective because you need to be aligned. So the vertical axis is your gravity field. NASA has studied this for a long time in terms of long-term effects when astronauts are, in outer space. So this has been pretty much heavily researched, your vertical axis. So let's see how many people on the call and people in the future. And then go ahead and do the light wave, general light waving. I always kind of start that going. And we'll see how aligned everybody's vertical axis is. Anybody know about their vertical axis? Heard that before? Any of these big fields? These are all in one. I actually did a water, an infused water with Peter Shank's Aquaware for the big fields. But we're going to align them today, and you can play this again as well. So let's see how many people are aligned, or in percentage. People on the call and in the call in the future. Are people more than 10, 20? Well, yeah, we're pretty, I don't know if you feel it, but I'm feeling it pretty misaligned lately. I get less than 30%, actually a little bit less than that. So let's go ahead and command that we align our vertical axis of our body field in the highest and best way with ease and grace. And we'll say with little or no detox symptoms, just because we can. And we want to do this in all timelines, all dimensions, and all versions of us. We want to be aligned to the Earth as she is now for our greatest, highest good and healing. So we're going to command this to all the folks on the call and listening to the call on the replay, that we align our vertical axis of our body field, all times and dimensions and versions of you. Okay, let's give that a moment. Yeah, Catherine's saying not heard of it until now. This was when I was at a biophysics conference about a year ago, and I learned a lot of things about infused waters, about the body field, and this, I feel, is one of the most important things that I went away with, was learning about the big field. Dr. Karen actually, when I introduced this after I first learned about it, she was really off on her skating. She also skates. And she did a testimonial on aligning her axis. And even, I think it was even her dog Apache as well. She was aligning her axis and skated better, because it's something that we just don't hear about, even in energy work, I don't think, is being aligned to the big fields before you actually start. It's, just as important as your chakras being aligned is your big field alignments with the Earth. So vertical axis is one, and we're aligning that now. Okay, we're over 90% aligned. So let's keep that going. We'll intend that alignment keep going. We want to be aligned to 100% of our vertical axis, which is our gravity field of the Earth. It's also related to geopathic stress. So this is actually the vertical axis, and gravity is geopathic stress. That's why all of us are aligned a little bit differently depending on where we are on the Earth, of course, in all these fields anyway. But this is really interesting. And just aligning here. So gravity, of course, we know impacts the body field, and we need to be aligned with its vertical axis. The nervous system are conditions that are linked to vertical field misalignment, as well as disturbed sleep. So a lot of us end up having disturbed sleep. Make sure your vertical axis is aligned. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're not at 100%. We're going to intend that the vertical axis keep aligning for all of you, needing further alignment in the highest and best way, all versions and timelines. See if we can keep that going while we go. Yep, we can. So we'll keep those going. The next one is the magnetic polar axis, and that comes from the Earth core, the iron core crystal. So let's command that our, let's see how far we're out of alignment here. Yeah, pretty low. Everybody feeling misaligned? Because I'm getting we're all pretty low. Okay. Yes, Kelly Jean, in fact, this is what reminded me, because I did see that the magnetic, we're getting a magnetic shift again, and we're always misaligning right now. I think years ago, I mean, I don't know, who knows how many, but we weren't going through so much of this energetic work. The Earth wasn't going through the changes. We weren't going through this awesome place that we are in the universe right now, in these higher energetics. So this probably wasn't as important years ago, and everybody was outside anyway, pretty aligned with the Earth, walking on the Earth. Again, we're so inside that we're a little less aligned and do a heck of a lot less earthing than we used to. But it's actually even different. These are super important right now. Okay, so the magnetic polar axis is from the iron core crystal of the Earth. Right, we have an iron core in there. So in my dimensional work, in the 9-dimensional body, the first dimension actually correlates to your blood. And what's your blood made out of but hemoglobin and iron? So this is something that correlates to your magnetic polar axis as well. And it's a huge field that reaches out into space. I guess the outer limit is called the Van Allen belt. So let's command that we align our magnetic polar axis, our body field axis, in the highest and best way with ease and grace. And we want to intend this in all timelines, all dimensions, all versions of us in the here and now. Okay, so let's align our magnetic polar axis. This has to do with the body exchanging and impacting your energy and heat processes. So being hot and cold could be your magnetic polar axis is out of whack. So check your magnetic polar axis. And in past shows, I've done different processes that we can tell. If you don't muscle test, or if you don't, do a lot of energy work, then just command it and look at a pretend thermometer in your mind and see where it goes to. It might be, and just kind of trust yourself in knowing that thermometer might be very low, very high. It's not the amount or the number that matters. Just see it going up in your mind's eye so that your magnetic polar axis is fully aligned in the highest and best way. And you just see it as a thermometer aligning up to 100%. So again, this has its impact on your iron-rich hemoglobin in your blood, because it actually correlates to the iron core crystal of the Earth. Okay, and so I'm just check on the vertical axis. Not vertical axis isn't 100% line for everybody either, so that's continuing. Wow, magnetic is better. Isn't that interesting? I get magnetic as being better right now. Vertical is still aligning. Yes, exactly. It's not just about grounding, and that's why I found this so important. Thank you, Kelly Jean. I found this so important and such a big piece because I can't stay grounded. I'm not grounded. I can't stay grounded. And we were working in some sessions with a lot of clients and seeing it on forums that, oh my gosh, how come I can't stay grounded? And this, I think, is the missing piece, is to be aligned to the 3 axis as well as being grounded. Yes, exactly. Okay. So which is better right now? Magnetic. Yep, I'm getting magnetic for us is all better than still the vertical. So we'll just keep intending that vertical to keep aligning. And we'll intend that our magnetic polar axis be aligned and keep aligning with the Earth. Okay. And let's go on to our equatorial axis. Now that is that it's related to detox. So I found that interesting. It's still related to the polar magnetism, but it's equatorial instead of from the iron core. And I'm just kind of running general light wave as well. Let's see where our equatorial is for everybody. I get the equatorial is much better than the magnetic or vertical as a group here. Does it make sense that your throat chakra is clearing at the moment? We're aligning, so yes. And that's what I mean. If we still, we're always trying to align our chakras and our 12 body systems and all these processes, but the baseline has to be this 3 axis system. So it absolutely does. And sometimes when we just have a glitch and we can't, we aren't feeling like we're making headway with some of the energetic processes we're doing, go back and align your 3 axis. So this equatorial, let's command that we align our equatorial axis in all timelines, all dimensions. For our energetic body, we're aligning our equatorial axis. And this one is interesting. Just aligning. Like I said, it relates to detox reactions and oxidation, actually, and the way that your body responds to electrons and ionic charges. Oh, your nose is running. Align away, everybody. So we're aligning our equatorial axis. This also relates to liver and colon functions and different metabolics. So, like I said, when I went to a conference, I thought this was the biggest piece that I took away, along with everything that I was doing. This conference was so awesome because it brought together everything that I had been studying. I was just thrilled. But this piece was new to me, was the big field aligners. And you can align, like I said, just by seeing a thermometer in your mind's eye. Just say, how aligned is on 0 to 100? How aligned is my equatorial axis? Just see your thermometer, see if it's high, low, middle, doesn't matter that it's a particular number, and then just bring it up and intend to align your axis. I'm sure that we could be really creative and find other ways. Like I said, this is more than just grounding. This is grounding. This is mega grounding. These are your big fields. Okay. So let's go through these again so I can show you. Hide that. So let's see how our vertical axis is doing. How aligned is everybody on the show and on the replay? So we're getting there, but I get about 80% or so on the vertical, and we'll keep on intending, even after the show, I'll keep Lightwave going for a little while, that we keep aligned to the vertical axis. The magnetic polar axis. Again, I'm getting that one better, which is interesting because I think this one is the one that's shifting right now, if I'm not mistaken. So that'd be interesting. If you guys see anything about the axes or the magnetics realigning, think of these three body axes and see how they do. Hello, Lee. Hey, Monica. Yeah, this will be on the replay too. Heidi, do we need to see if the organs are in alignment after this one? Absolutely. Isn't that neat? Because this will like mega align you. And that's what I was going to do. Actually, we won't get to kind of probably the organs and systems, but I wanted to do the chakras. So we're bringing our whole body field into alignment on the three big field alignments. And I just can't believe that I've forgotten about these or done a show on them. And I'm thankful I just saw this post that went poof. Big fields, Kathy. Very important to align everything. Okay, so magnetic polar. Magnetic polar it's still much better than the rest of them. Let's see how, again, our equatorial axis. That's still pretty low, so we're going to keep aligning our equatorial axis. Let's see if we can keep these processes going. Can we keep all these processes going? Oh, wait, nope, we can't. We got to keep on this. Can't keep it going while I do a chakra balance. Okay, so we'll just keep this going. Andrea, that's great. Guess I could show these comments because they won't show in some of the replays if I don't. Let's see. We got some great, very cool release, Andrea. Yeah. Andrea says her nose is running. That's cool. I'm going to keep aligning and showing some comments because I wanted to go on to the chakra and it said no. So we're going to just keep going a little bit. And yeah, more than just grounding. This is your piece on top of grounding. And let's put this picture up here. That's what we're doing, is aligning our three body axes. Okay, aligned with 50. Oh, goody, we're up to 90, yay. Then we can move on to our chakras. We'll make sure these are up to 90 for everybody. Yeah, I'm getting a yes. Okay. Get the comments here. Alrighty. You're very welcome for this. Like I said, I can't believe Christy and I go back and watch the show with Christy Warnick and I on the 888. It was on the Akashic Academy, and it's on both of our YouTubes. A big alignment. It just didn't have the three fields in it. Do the three fields and then do that other alignment, and you're going to be super aligned. Okay, we can move on to the chakras now. So now we're gonna. Now we've done the big field alignments. We're going to do some light wave chakra alignment. So we've got our base. Okay, so first chakra, we're going to align with scarlet red. This is going to be color alignment of your chakras. So scarlet red. And remember, energy likes to spiral. So let this spiral right and around your body and right where your first chakra is. We have a brilliant scarlet red. And with our big field alignments, we're going to align that first chakra, which is scarlet red. And red, right, blood, iron core crystal, hemoglobin. So we're going to align that right to that axis. Yeah, this is a great process. I really need to do a program on this as well. And I'm glad that I remembered to share this with you guys. A lot more information. It's really not even woo-woo. It's actually science. It's axis science and body alignment. It has to do with electrons and your organs. And thanks to Heidi for mentioning that, because you can also do, if you're having an issue with align your body field, but then you can also align, if you're having trouble, you feel like you're having trouble with an organ, see if that is aligned to the big field as well. Because right, as above, so below, and it's all a hologram and fractal. So go from higher to lower. Okay, second chakra is tangerine. So let's go ahead and spiral some beautiful tangerine energy to that second chakra, make it pulse and glow. and align to our big field as well. And you will find that your energetic processes are actually more effective when you align to the big fields. Okay, third chakra, lemon yellow. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, this has a lot more we could be said about it, but great. Hey, Jacqueline, first time watching. Thank you for chiming in. The fourth chakra, apple green. So let's align our fourth chakra, spiral some beautiful apple green, brilliant green energy around that. Your heart chakra, and align to our big field alignment. The fifth chakra is azure blue. So let's pull some beautiful azure blue, a medium dark blue. That's your throat chakra. The sixth chakra is a blue violet. So let's pulsate some blue violet now that we're aligned to our big fields. And then the seventh chakra is rose pink. Always a wonderful healing color is the rose pink. And then our brain is actually a hot pink. So I love bringing that one in as well. Let's bring some hot pink energy to our brain. I think we can all stand it. And some salmon color to our adrenals. That's always a big one as well. Okay, so let's see how aligned. So let's do the three as a whole, the vertical, equatorial, and magnetic. Everybody's pretty well aligned. We're not all at 100%, but let's command that we keep those alignments going in the highest and best way and repeat all versions of ourselves, all dimensions, all timelines. And then, yeah, like Heidi mentioned, you can bring it into an organ or a gland or part of your body, see if that's aligned with your big fields as well. We're all a fractal of all this. Okay, everybody. Oh, cool, Cindy. That's nice. Great. Yeah, don't forget to align. Let me pull these up again, just so, well, I guess I have them there on the thing. The vertical, the magnetic polar, and the equatorial axis. Align to those. Like I said, a lot more could be said on these. I could do another show and go into these a little bit in more depth, but they're very important to align, especially right now as the Earth changes just as fast as we are. So thanks all for chiming in. Keep aligned, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.